two racers tied for the gold medal. William Keever finished hundredths of a second behind and took the bronze.
As William succeeds, the attention that he's getting will make him even more successful in the eyes of the viewers and the readers. But of course, if he doesn't succeed, then he's got to deal with that, and it's harder to deal with it when you've been in the spotlight.
Nice to come away with a medal, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was all right, you know. I figured if you can win, at least a medal, so it's kind of nice at the same time, you know. Ever since I've been selected for the festival, I've kind of had my eyes on the goal, so it's kind of a letdown, and it's kind of nice so to at least get a medal, you know, if you're not going to win the gold.
Soon, the media spotlight would go out, and the endless training sessions would start again. But for now, William could enjoy the attention. He had withstood the pressure, heard the echoing cheers of his family and friends, and we were proud to help him celebrate his medal. For Ray McInnes, there were no TV cameras or reporters. His entry in the 20-kilometer race walk was a personal affair.
I got involved in race walking about 3.5 years ago when I was running. I was in the middle of a 10-mile race and I wasn't having fun, and I said if I finished that race, I would stop running. So I got involved in race walking by being burned out psychologically from running and having a friend who was having fun race walking, and he taught me how to race walk. And so I tried it out, and I liked it. I'm still liking it. Yeah, being 47, I'm excited about being in the big festival because I'll be one of the older athletes, and I'll be competing against people who are 20s and early 30s. And so it's extra special being 47 and being challenged like this, yeah.
The race walk began before dawn. For Ray McInnes, it would last over 2 hours.
At the 87 CAC meet with a time of 1:27:31.
In race walking, form is the key, and the person who has the best style will come out in front. My dream is to become the best race walker this mind and body has in it, and that's the challenge too.
In 11th place, competing for the South from Durham, North Carolina, Ray McInnes.
Finished, so he's not last either. 11th. Better than last year too. So, about 2 years too early.
For 47-year-old Ray McInnes, the festival was a very private triumph, while 17-year-old William Keever performed before the eye of the camera. But both men had been joined in a special moment, a moment we all could share. The festival was successful in attracting its share of the top stars. During the first week, thousands jammed into Raleigh's Candler Swim Club to watch Greg Louganis and Michelle Mitchell win the gold in diving. Los Angeles Olympic gold medal winners Bruce Baumgartner and Mark and Dave Schultz competed in the freestyle wrestling events at North Carolina Central University in Durham. At the Greensboro Coliseum, North Carolinians may have surprised some of our visitors from the north by turning out in record numbers for the ice events. At the Dean Smith Center, Even non-Tar Heels were enjoying the games.
It's very exciting to be a spectator. The games have been great, and they've really put on a great performance throughout the entire, right from the opening ceremonies over in Carter Finley Stadium to the ball games here. Everything has just been delightful. North Carolina's done a great job.
I'm a native of North Carolina here in Chapel Hill. I'm real proud of it. I wish I had volunteered. I feel ashamed of myself.
The people are extraordinary. The volunteers are doing a great job. You know, to see Chapel Hill in this area respond, and first of all, they got a lot of energy for volleyball and enthusiasm, and then they're here to help. They're here to do what they can to make this festival just as good as it can be, and people are just doing a tremendous job.
The festival athletes were not the only winners. Visiting officials from the United States Olympic Committee gave gold medal compliments to the festival's local organizers.
Well, I think excellence is about the only word I can use. Everything is very good. Some of the things that attract a lot of attention from the press are doing very, very well. And that, of course, is ticket sales, it's the opening ceremonies, things that go out to the rest of the country. And those are very, very good. We found a surge in ticket sales right after opening ceremonies, and this, we think, is an indicator that when the opening ceremonies are good, it becomes an even more desirable thing to do, to go to the competitions. And so we've seen some very, very good gates. We're absolutely ecstatic about that.
It is going great. I mean, yesterday I didn't have anything to do, so I went to a competition. I was assured by my boss that I wouldn't get to see anything while I'm here, but the local organizing committee is doing a great job. I can't speak highly enough about them, and they seem to be catching the problems, if there are any, before they get to us. And you know, we're catching a few little things, but basically this is the best run festival that we've ever been involved with.
As the festival went on, attendance records fell one after another. For the women's individual gymnastic events, North Carolina broke not only Olympic festival records, but the crowd of 20,000 plus at the Dean Smith Center was the largest attendance at any gymnastic event ever held in the United States. And the athletes responded. The warm North Carolina crowd and a national television audience were treated to an inspiring show. That day, a new star emerged. 16-year-old Joyce Wilburn had scored a 10 in the vault, the first perfect score in festival history. As Joyce took center stage for her floor exercise, the capacity crowd was ready for another 10.
Unbelievable. I almost want to move to North Carolina. The crowds in Arizona, we can't even get 2,000 people out here to a competition, a national competition, and these crowds are phenomenal. They've been nice to us all week.
So if we had another meet here, you definitely want to come back.
I'd be the first one here.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
The fight fans at the Raleigh Civic Center were enthusiastic too, as they watched a completely different kind of competition. Here, another new champion stepped forward, as Anthony Suggs won his first gold medal ever.
It's like a dream come true. I still don't believe it yet. Make me kind of feel special, you know. It's a feeling I never had before, you know, like I'm somebody, you know.
The celebration went on for 2 weeks. With 34 different events, the festival truly had something for everyone. On the final weekend in Wallace Wade Stadium, the festival's spirit of homecoming was never more alive than when 3 North Carolina athletes led the way in the men's 4x100 meter relay.
Now we have a good start. The South in 3, the East in 4, the West in 5, and the North in 6. Lee McCray giving the East the lead. He passed to Jack Pierce. It's the South and the East. Jack Pierce to Jeff White for the East.
North Carolina natives Lee McNeil, Dennis Mitchell, and Harvey McSwain had come home to help the South team win the gold. It was an evening to celebrate our pride in what North Carolina had done. Perhaps proudest of all was Durham's own Dr. Leroy Walker.
It has meant a kind of festival that you really ought to have. They have gotten into a flow of competition where before the largest crowds ever to see their particular event in the festival, they've had an opportunity to show their wares before the kind of enthusiasm that you expect at a track meet. This means a lot to them in preparation to larger crowds and more intense competition in the future. The opening ceremony sort of set the tone. 52,000 plus people there. The athletes feeling good about it. When you add all of this up, the fact that we've had over 400,000 people to attend the events of the festival, almost every possible record of the festival has been broken. It has meant a lot for this region. It's even exceeded our expectations, which were high to begin with. So we're very pleased.
Everyone involved had a right to be pleased. North Carolina had set new Olympic festival attendance records in 24 out of 34 events. Overall, we bought 464,000 tickets, over 100,000 more than any previous festival.
If the people who are putting on future events don't like what they see here, then they'll probably stop the events altogether because this has been a fantastic turnout.
At the end, we celebrated the heroes. 10,000 men, women, and children from all walks of life, from all over North Carolina. The people upon whose shoulders the festival had ridden to glory.